Afternoon all, and welcome back to the Kieran Clavin Racing Show, covering my normal Monday slot, but it will not be the midweek outlook that we normally have. This slot is now going to be touching on the Cheltenham Festival, and the Antipost series will start in earnest from this week moving forward, as we are only 7 weeks out from the Cheltenham Festival. Um, Currently only have two selections in the book, Antipost wise. The first being 40 coats in the Brown Advisory. That is null and void now. Unfortunately, that slip is in the bin. He can't even win a novice hurdle at, I believe it's Punchestown he ran out in the week. Couldn't even win a novice hurdle there. So he hasn't even seen a fence. So he definitely will not be in the Brown Advisory. And Caroline Bamboo was the second selection in the Mare's Chase, 66 to 1. Obviously, she got beat by stablemate Port Jolan last week. I won't be giving up on her. I think she still potentially could run well, but whether she's going to be good enough to beat the likes of Spindleberry, Dino Blue, etc. is another thing altogether. I just thought we may have seen more from her in the over fences so far, but 2 seconds to her name. Maybe she could be potentially better going to Cheltenham, going left-handed, who knows, but we shall go from there. But this video will be dedicated to selection number 3, and it comes in the Coral Cup. Now everybody's going to me, touch an absolute minefield of a race first time up, well, third time up, should I say. Dive into handicaps, but then again, I don't like backing horses at Antipost too short price. The 3 novice divisions, you couldn't put your name stamp on the winners of the Supreme, the Turners, and the Albert Bartlett currently. I know Old Park Star was very impressive over the weekend. He definitely goes to the top of the tree in the Supreme market, but he's 9-4, 5-2. He'll probably be around that price on the day, so I won't be putting him up Antipost. No Drama's End, 7-2 favourite in the Turners. You wouldn't be putting him up at this time of day, probably be the same price on the day. And then the Albert Bartlett will probably wait until the Nathaniel Lacey at the DRF to see what comes out of that before we start looking into that market properly. I've got a couple in mind, but nothing solid as of yet. So I went looking down the handicap route. I'm trying my best to stay to hurdles rather than chases, as you've seen with my selections going through the start of the year. I think I'm trying to niche myself into hurdlers rather than chasers. So the Coral Cup is where I came down on, and I looked through the stats. Nicky Henderson, Willie Mullins, both have good records in this, as does. They're probably the 2 stables you want to be following in this race. Dan Skelton's obviously won it a couple of times with Langer Dan. And it comes from the horse I'm backing is coming from the Willie Mullins stable, and it's Storm Heart for Gigginstown. Currently best priced around 25 to 1. With Bet365, on average it's around 20 to 1 with other firms, but we'll take the 25 to 1. It's only had the 6 runs over hurdles. Won a Punchestown maiden as a 4-year-old when it was 2 to 5, won it very comfortably that day. Then went on to the DRF where he finished second to Cargizi there. Obviously, Cargizi's gone on to win a county since and looks to be okay. He's about 3rd or 4th favourite for the Arkle this year, so that horse has no mean feat. Fourth that day was Masborough, or 5th that day. I can't remember. Masborough was in there. Obviously, he's went on to win the Triumph and reverse the form with Cargizi, and then has obviously gone on to run okay in the Arkle. Should have won the Arkle last year if he jumped better over fences, and then he's not done a lot this year, but he's still rated the best part of 164. And then the one notable one, the one that was back in 7th that day, obviously when Storm Heart finished second, was Bunting, who is rated 135. Storm Heart is currently rated 147. Bunting is in this Coral market, currently priced at 2nd favourite behind the Berical Lord. I just think that Storm Heart's a lot better horse than Bunting, to be honest, and I think, the ratings will tell you that, but also I just think so. Bunting's a lot short price, but I'm fancying Storm Heart based on the form. Like I said, finished second at DRF, Then was 5th in the Triumph behind Masborough Cargizi. Bunting was 7th, 7 lengths behind that day. That's where he was 7th, sorry, Bunting. He was 4th at the DRF. He was 7th in the Triumph. And Stormheart was 2nd in the DRF and 5th in the Triumph. Nürburgring was in there. He's not a bad horse. Salva obviously won over the weekend. Nürburgring's obviously won a Galway Galway hurdle since, so form stacks up really, really nicely. He then wasn't seen until the DRF this year just gone, when finishing 2nd in his first time in a handicap behind McClory, and he was splitting McClory and Irish Panther. Had to give a 1.5 stone in weight to McClory, and was only beaten a length and a half, and had to give 2 stone to Irish Panther and still beat him. Irish Panther is now rated very highly over fences. Obviously, give Romeo Coolio a bit of a scare over Christmas over fences, and looks a decent prospect potentially for the Arkle down the line. I know some people are touting him for that race. Stormheart then wasn't seen since, got injured and came back on the 27th of December this month, last month, where he won at Limerick by 6 lengths, beating Risk Away, who has a Nathaniel Lacey entry. He also had to give Risk Away £3 that day, and won easily by 6 lengths. I just think this horse, very lightly raced, if he comes here, could potentially get Danny Mullins. Like, I know Bunting is in the race, and Paul Townend doesn't normally ride in these sorts of races, so potentially we could have Patrick on board, or Sean O'Keefe even. I wouldn't be preferring Sean, but Stormheart, I just think he's overpriced at 25 to 1. The Mullins factor, obviously Mullins won this race last year with Jimmy DeSoy, who was very much lightly raced, hadn't been seen since running in the Ballymore the year before. And I just think all the roads lead to Stormheart going a decent. He hasn't got any entries over the DRF that I've seen yet. He might get declared for one of the handicaps down the line. We shall see. Potentially could run in the same handicap he ran in last year. But yeah, I just think he could be a decent bet here. And 25 to 1, he is going to be my third selection for my Antipost series for the Coral Cup. I hope you all enjoyed that video, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. There'll be plenty more Cheltenham chat going along the lines. Obviously, my Antipost series will be bulking up big time. I've got every Monday I will be bringing up another selection for each race. And I hope you're all enjoying the videos. And I shall be back on Thursday with the weekend preview with Cheltenham Trials Day and Doncaster as well. But until then, guys, enjoy the video. I hope you like and subscribe to the channel, and drop your comments in if you've got any Antipost selections in your mind before the DRF. That'd be brilliant, or before Trials Day, that you think are overpriced. Thanks again for listening, guys, and I hope you all have a good day, and happy punting to you all.